Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to what is this Friday morning here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's nice, it's like 7, 8, 9 degrees. It's nice and blue sky, but it's cold. So, hope you all are doing very, very well. And I'm excited, as always, to see what messages Spirit brings through for us today. And before we get started, I just want to send beautiful, beautiful love out to the world, and if you'd like to join me, I welcome that with open arms. So I'm going to take a deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And just allow that beautiful love to cascade down into our heart, just expand it and overflow out to the world. And whether you're watching this on replay or live, you can join together to send love out to the world, because that love is outside of space and time. And so we all can meet outside of space and time and multiply this beautiful love out to the world. And if you yourself are in need of love right now for your heart, your mind, your body, relationships, loved ones, situations, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, hope you guys are having a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you're at in the world. And before we get started, I do just want to share here. Let me just move my microphone so I can see and my coffee. All right. Did put out a new pick a card this week, messages from the divine masculine and divine feminine, both for yourself and from others and from the divine. So, three beautiful messages, and you can, of course, choose as many of those as you want. And we still have the 12-12 portal that is going strong. So, if you have not checked that out yet, then there is a playlist for each individual zodiac sign and whatever you feel drawn to in pulling, whatever sign. If you know, like your um, moon sign and your Venus sign, if you're looking for advice on love and how to expand it during this portal, you can look at those. And it's wonderful. Each of the planets are a different part of our lives, and it's like looking out of a house. They all show you different aspects of your life, and they can help us in all those different areas. So I love it. All right. Well, I think, let me just to make sure I've got everything set up here, and we will get going on all of the readings today. Just pop out the chat here. All right, that looks good. All right, thanks for your patience as I do my little setup here. And we will get started. And let me just to make sure, because there are some individuals who ask, and so this is how to donate if you so wish to. Donations do get priority. The way that it works is I do go down the list chat in order, as people ask questions for the free readings, and then if you want to get your reading prioritized, if you're like, I need to know right now, uh, donations, I honor that energy exchange, and I will move you to the top of the list, step out of the free readings, take care of that, and then step back in and continue to go in order. So that is what we have. And there are not that I know that I see here, any donations. So we will start on the free list and head on and down. So, hey, Anjali, hello, hello. And Preeti, hello. So, Anjali, you will be next up after Preeti. So, Preeti, you want to know all about 2023. What is coming in your love life? let's take a look. Now I have the Love Boat theme in my head again today. If you ever watch the old Love Boat, I will not start singing it because it's going to be in my head all day. I don't want to have that happen to you either. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Well, I do like this for 2023 for you because you do have the 10 of coins, which is about feeling like life is full of abundance, and the 6 of wands, which is recognition and victory. Beautiful, flowing energies. And so this is a positive sign, I would say, with these, that you definitely are um, having some beautiful love experiences. Let me take a look at all these others here too. Yeah, because you also got the strength card here with the 6 of swords. These came out together, and the 6 of swords, again, another 6, it's about flowing. So you're flowing in your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around relationships and love, leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving into new ones. I even like this, like you're going through this portal and going into a new way of looking at your life. And you do have here the strength card, which is this is your human self, this is your higher self. And one of the things that's helping you transform your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around love life is that you are seeing things from a higher perspective. The lion, or in this case, the tiger, it's usually a lion. I know people are like, he doesn't mean it was animals. The strength card is normally a lion. In this case, they have selected a tiger, but it represents our human self that it is hungry and it goes outside of itself looking for that which fulfills it, which is um, relationships, situations like job, education, etc., and things, our bodies, bank account, possessions, types of things. And it eats and drinks of all that stuff, and it does not feel satisfied. It gets more hungry, more thirsty. It feels emptier. It feels desperate for trying to consume more and more and more and get more things. And eventually, it's just so desperate. It's roaring and it's hangry. It's hungry, angry that it turns inward and upward and finds our higher self, which gives us what we've been looking for all along, which is the unconditional love of the higher realms, that which is eternal, never ending, and the unconditional, nothing we have to do to earn it and nothing we can do to lose it. We just, our higher self just embraces our human self, and it doesn't, you know, try to kill our ego. It actually fulfills our ego. Our ego is our human psyche, our human side of our experience, that tiger, and it's searching for love that it never finds uh, in the outside world because that's conditional. We find unconditional love within. So, this transformation, this change that you have here from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking has to do with seeing things from this higher place. And you know, it just all fits in here because these other cards you have are the um, King of Swords is all about connecting to the higher capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love. The Knight of Wands is fast movement and energy that as you connect higher, this energy just floods into your life and you just feel overflowing with it all. And you feel empowered here, like the magician who connects to the higher worlds. Let me see. Close this a little bit. It's a little bright. There we go. A little better. But it's they have this big wand and this power that they hold. And the Three of Cups, joy, celebration, connection to spirit too. So your next year with love is transformational because you find the love within, and then that totally changes how you look at love in the outside world, as well as um, the attitude, the energy changes around relationship. Because when we're looking outside of ourselves for our fulfillment, everything falls short. We're always looking at how it's not meeting up to what we need. But when we find what we need inside, then anything anyone gives on the outside is above and beyond because we don't need it. It's all extra. And so we celebrate it, we acknowledge it, we love it, you know. And Spirit has been lately giving a good example around, if we're looking for a meal and dessert, we're looking out there, it's always scary that we're not going to find it, or it's falling short, or whatever it may be. But when we find our meal within ourselves, and we have our first and second dessert even from within ourselves, what everyone brings on the outside is third and fourth and fifth dessert. We're like, you know what, I can always make room for dessert. Come on, I will accept that love. And then if they're like, "No, I don't wanna give it to you," you're like, "Oh, it's alright. I'm full anyway, so you're good." It doesn't impact us like when it's our meal. "Don't take my sustenance, my food away." It's like, you're alright. It doesn't impact us the same. So I love this for you next year, PT, because it's so fulfilling and it transforms your life, and that's what I see for you next year. So many blessings to you. Alright. Anjali, you are up next. All right. I'm so glad that resonates for you. I know sometimes when I got those messages, I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I want to know who is coming in my life next. But you're at a point in your journey. It's very, very beautiful. I like it. All right, Anjali, any messages from your future self? I do want to pull from this Ask Your Guides Oracle. I feel like your future self is acting as a guide for you right now. And let's go and take a look here. See what they would like you, right? What they would like to say. You've got suffering, divine teachers. Don't worry. It's like, oh no, they're telling you, oh my God, you're about to go through major suffering. But I don't think that's the message. They just want your future self wants you to know that an important part of being human and something that can't be avoided is the pain that comes from simply being vulnerable to the physical world. Your divine teachers, your future self, warns you that you're facing such a time. Sickness may be at hand, accidents, trauma, sudden loss, injury, all are potentially around you. And whether confronted with something severe or just the ongoing struggle of getting through the day, your physical body may be challenged and pain and suffering may follow. This isn't meant to scare you, but rather just to warn you that you're not as grounded as you could be. In fact, you may be attracting injury or drama to gain some personal space. Your future self advises you to be open to the fact that any pain or upset that you attract isn't without hidden gifts and opportunities. Your broken leg or aching back, for example, may provide the much needed rest you wouldn't otherwise take, as I call it, forced R&R. Your runny nose and cough may give you the privacy you need to regenerate your spirit. It's all important to know that any pain or drama that you attract isn't greater than your ability to handle it. The greatest upset you face might actually be in trying too hard to avoid pain, which in the end may cause even more. In other words, the fear that you won't be able to abide any discomfort is far more disabling than anything you might actually incur. In accepting the upset of the moment with grace, you'll gain wisdom, compassion, and strength. Your future self's message to you: embrace and be patient with your pain. It will bring insight and understanding and in time peace. You will heal. So I like that. They're basically telling you that, one, you've survived and overcome every single thing that you've experienced in your life. You have a 100% um, record for overcoming that, or you wouldn't be here right now. and it's not going to start, now that you're not able to. You're powerful. Anything that comes your way, you're able to move through. And 11:11 a.m. is on my computer right now. So that is a strong message for you. And they are just saying that you don't have to fear about whatever comes forward because you're able to look within it to see the lessons, to see the wisdom, and to get the message. Sometimes it is, you know what? Like sometimes because I love being on here providing these, but I've had a couple times where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have a headache and it won't go away." And spirit's like, "Guess what? You get to go rest." And those are the types of things of, all right, this is my body telling me I need some alone time. I need to regenerate. I need to recharge. And that's the messages. So I like that for you. So that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Oops. Looks like we do have a donation coming through. Thank you so, so much. I definitely appreciate the donation. Oh, and then also Momo, thank you so much. So let's take a look here. So Momo, you are up first, and then Dune, you will be up after that. Thank you so much. So Momo, let's take a look here. And let me see. Did you have a question earlier? Oh, there you are. You are. So thank you. Thank you so much. So you would abundance of blessings to me. Thank you so much for your donation for that wonderful. I will take abundance of blessings. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. So let's take a look here and see. I want to pull from the Earth Magic Oracle here, and let's see what they have to start off. Hope you're doing well. And your name backwards is Om Om, which we've got the Om symbol back here. All right. So what do you have for Momo? All right. They do went to that one. Wow. Look at this beautiful card. You've got DNA and karma. I also love how this is like the medical symbol. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So karma, it says it's a concept in many Eastern religions, and it's a Sanskrit word implying the greater universal laws of cause and effect, providing an implied code of ethics within the structure of the seemingly endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, which they call samsara, which we experience through our lives in many different versions. The mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, but it's far from that. In fact, in its purest form, it simply asserts our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next incarnation. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the golden rule. We not only carry our soul's karma into this lifetime, but also embedded in the complex coding of our DNA is our genetic ancestral karma. The double helix structure of DNA contains codes that have been passed down from our parents and grandparents as well as our ancestors. Therefore, we have some of the same genetic information that comes from the DNA of very early humans. In this card, we can see the intertwined serpents with double helixes on either side. Variations of this archetypal image exist in many cultures, both traditional and contemporary. It's a graphic representation of the most ancient ancestry we can claim to, which is our DNA, the fundamental substance of life itself that provides substantial determination of our life path. And Spirit really explained karma to me in a beautiful way, too. how we're very curious beings and we want to see all different viewpoints of something. So, like in one lifetime, I may be like a really mean boss to people. You know, I have a lot of pain in my life, and so I'm, you know, what is it? Hurting people hurt people. It's like rah, 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 rah. And so I experience what it is to live that type of life, and then I my next lifetime, I want to be an employee who has a mean boss so I can see that viewpoint. And then I want to be the spouse of someone of the mean boss and of the, person that has a mean boss. And I want to be an employee who observes, it's all these different viewpoints. And I like that they say it's not punishment, it's curiosity. And so we get to experience all these different viewpoints. And I like that. And it says aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. And while the DNA that you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that came together in the creation of you. You are predisposed to follow the karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent. Yet, as you evolve in your consciousness and expand the light of awareness, you can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. This is one of those times you can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic, yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from your higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. And the choice is up to you. But know that every time you need the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. I like that. So I kind of look at it too with all of our astrology, numerology, everything with our birth. We have all of this information that's brought into this character for the story, the adventure, the journey that we have when we go through here. But we're so much more than the human character. We are, like it says, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. And though we have all these tendencies and all this like DNA and our conditioning and patterns passed down from generation to generation and abuses and habits and all this stuff that are passed down and it all is poured into this human character, we can still step outside of that and make a choice, like it says, of destiny versus fate. We have all this stuff, but we still, within each moment, get to choose what it means, what story we put to it, and what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. We're going to have these opinions of our ancestors and society and everything else, but we get to choose. And that's the big aha that I feel is coming through for you right now is that you are so much more than your family history, your ancestry. There's wonderful power and knowledge we can glean from all of that because they didn't go through all that to make it harder for us. They went through all that to find their own wisdom, and you are going to have your own wisdom that you pass on too. So I really like that for you. Let me just take a real quick look here and see, is there anything else that you want? Okay. Yeah, it kind of reiterated. The big thing, the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles is all about the being true to the authentic you, that you're so much more. You can take control of your life. You have the Emperor here. You have the Queen of Swords, balancing heart and mind. Again, another royalty. And then the Page of Cups, that there is new higher love always available to you as well. So I really, 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 really like that. So, but that's what they have for you, Momo. I love the empowerment, both in the knowledge and the wisdom of the difference between destiny, that we have this beautiful destiny of possibilities through our power of choice, and that or there's fated events that are always unfolding, but within each fated event we have the power to choose what it means and what we want to feel as we go through it. So I like it. I like it a lot. So thank you again so much for your donation. I definitely honor that exchange of energy, and thank you, much appreciated. All right, and that's what they have for you. So Dune, you are up next, and then Alex, thank you so much for your donation. You'll be up after that, and so I think, Dune, the only question you have here is, can I see you travel next year? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've already given the video. I know we're not always able to make donations, and so a free thing that you can do to help spread the love and be part of the tsunami of love is hitting that like button. The YouTube algorithm just absolutely loves that, and it just helps share the video with other people as well. All right, let's take a look here, Dune. Well, let me see, what are these other ones here? Yeah, I do hear the first card, the Knight of Swords. All knights are about movement, even though swords are thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Then it uh, our thoughts control so much of our actions, right? What is it, like your thought becomes a word, and a word becomes an action. There's something like that, but it's our thoughts ignite, and there's this movement of thought, this releasing of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about limitation, and because of this, there's this flow that comes forward. Because financially, if that was your question too, of am I able to travel, next year financially? I say yes. You got the King of Coins here, King of Pentacles, which is about tons of abundance, and you have the Six of Coins, which is you have so much, you're able to not only have enough for yourself, you're able to give to others too. You're handing and giving something. So maybe you get to take someone with you because you have a great amount of a bonus and or abundance. But I definitely see here that that you do have travel possibilities there. Let me see if they have anything else here too. Mm. All right, let's see what these are here. Yeah. So that's what they're showing here is overcoming the feeling of abandonment and being left out in the cold and left behind, and with those um, disappointments. The Three of Swords is like heartbreak and disappointments in the past, and they're like, yeah, this is what you're overcoming. That Knight of Swords is looking beyond the old ways of thinking, and the fears that we have. And then you have the Pentacles. So you had both Pentacles and Swords, which I like that, because this gets solved with this, and this is overcome by this. So you do have those things that you work through, and it allows you to open up. And you have the Ace of Wands, which is all about new passion, new desire. Are you going to go see like Iceland or something where there's volcanoes? I don't know, but there's this movement that comes in there. And so definitely the Ace of Wands is action and movement. So that is a big thumbs up for you for next year, Dune, and I really like that. So enjoy your travels. All right, and that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you. Thank you, thank you. All right. And Alex, you are up next. Let me see. Did you ask a question earlier? Let me see here. So I don't see a question here. Alex, were you looking for a general reading, or did you have a specific question? And then thank you, Shinmei Joshi. You will be up after that. And do you have a specific questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So, Alex, you'll be up, and then Shinmei. I hopefully I'm not mispronouncing that too badly. So, what are? Oh no, no problem at all. Thank you so much for your donation. I greatly honor that. So, thank you. So, well, right, boom. So, what are ours intentions? Let's take a look here. All right, we'll start with these. So, one card came flying out on its own here, and it's the Magician card here, which the Magician card, there we go, not too bright there, um, is about this. It's the divine masculine energy. It's about movement and focus. And so there is this energy that they are wanting to invest towards you. So that is there. Okay. And they have the Empress card too. So you have both the divine masculine, divine feminine. The Empress though is new birth, new drive, um, just harvest and movement, starting something new. So I feel like with this that they do have this desire to start something new, but I feel like what they're working on here, they've got the Eight of Swords. Swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. And this Eight of Swords, is like this awareness. They're realizing what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are keeping them trapped like in this bubble where they can't get out. And I feel like they feel like they're doing this, but they're doing it very slowly. And they're realizing here with this Three of Coins who their authentic self is. And I feel like you can see in here, they're really standing out the nakedness here, that it's like they feel if they remove this protective bubble that they're going to be vulnerable, and that I feel like they feel you or other people are not going to like who they are. And so they've been hiding their authentic self and trying to protect themselves from this fear of losing conditional love and this fear of rejection from others. And so they're really within the bubble getting courage to be their authentic selves. But I feel like they haven't gone beyond that yet. And so they've got these intentions that they do want to move forward and have this new creation and relationship. But again, they just said, look at the bottom. That this is the burden. Again, look at the nakedness and all this burden that they're carrying, all this energy that just has them, feeling so just trapped. And it's like it doesn't have anything to do with you. And it's like, whew, you're not the one that's causing this. Like, oh, am I making them feel like they can't be themselves? No. This is fears. This is all stuff from their earlier. They had to create this protective bubble around themselves when they were younger in order to feel safe. And so because of punishment, they created this strong, stringent rules around themselves to be accepted and loved and also praised. I feel it was more punishment than praise. But even praise, and when they got praised, it was like they created so much extreme stuff to be able to get praise, which shoved the real authentic themselves down into the cellar. And I feel like they're wanting to, this hand is coming up from the cellar, like kind of creepy, right? But but they are ready to um yeah, make movement towards that. Here's the 9. So they're moving from the 8 to the 9. So they're starting to creep out, but here's those 9 of swords, the things that they're breaking through. Um and so it's happening. And then the world card comes out last, which is great because this is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of a new adventure. They even have the fool there in the middle. Let's see if I can. which is the what comes next after this is the last card in the major arcana, and then it starts over again with a new adventure. And so they are wanting to start this new adventure, wanting this rebirth, but they're working on that. So what can you do? What can you do if you do want a relationship with them? You can't do anything with their mind. They have to work through that, and you can't change people's minds. You can't. Um, we all resist. We're a stubborn race of humans. We're like, no, I got my thoughts, but we change hearts. That's how we actually make change from the inside out. So all you can do is just love them unconditionally, sincerely let them know how awesome you think they are in a certain ways, not just, hey, I think you're awesome. And you're like, uh-huh. It's like a blanket, uh, you know, it's like giving someone a gift card or cash at Christmas or holiday or birthday. They're like, well, thank you. They're appreciative of it. But when you give them something that is so specific that you know them, it just blows them away. So saying, I really appreciate so much your huge heart and how you care about everyone. It really shows when you do this. They're like, wow, you really pay attention. You know who I am. So I feel like that is what they want you to know right now. So I know it's like, well, what are their feelings about me? Well, they do want to move forward, and they love who you are. It's impacting them enough that they're willing to face these fears that have gone so long in their life. They're willing to uh, review those, transform those, so that they can get out of that bubble, to be able to move forward with you. So I do like that. So that's what they have for you, Alex. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. All right. So Shinmei Joshi, you are up next, and you want to know feelings of Diksha for you. Absolutely. Let me just take a quick sip here. All right. So, what are the feelings of Diksha for you? And thank you so much for your donation. I do honor the energy exchange, and I'm very, very grateful. All right. Well, so they are in the process here. They definitely have. They think about you. We have feelings come up next, but swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. So all these beliefs around relationship and around you, which is great. The Four of Swords is about peace of mind. You can see they're sleeping on this Ace of Swords. It's like they have this knowing, seeing you from a different perspective that other people see you. And so there's this, they let like a lot of the expectations go, because I kind of feel like they feel like you're not normal. And they mean that in a wonderful way. They're like, you're unlike anyone else, and you don't fit into my former boxes and these expectations. Um, it's like you just are so different that you just activate a lot of thinking in their mind here. The king, of course, rules over um, you know, um, air and thinking, and all the kings are given more air. So they're very much in their mind trying to figure it out, but they have a peace of mind about it too. It's not like they almost don't want to try to figure you out because you're so different than anyone they met, and they just want to let you be free. It's almost like finding a beautiful flower, or like a beautiful butterfly that they're just like in awe, and they're like, I've never seen anything like it. Well, I don't want to pick it because it'll kill it. I don't want to trap it. I want it to be free. and so they're like, you know, they don't want to ensnare you. They are observing and just a little bit in awe, which I really like that. Um, so I like that. And then, in addition to the Four of Swords, there's the Four of Cups, and then you also have the King of Cups here too. So, like you had the four, so I can do this. You have the Four of Swords and the King of Swords. You also have the Four of Cups and the King of Cups. S- Uh, s- Stable emotions, and the King of Cups rules over, emotions, balancing of heart and mind, though. And so I kind of feel like this is like they're looking at you like in awe, and this is like when I was talking about before. They just are looking at it going, wow, this is just so something unexpected, something that I hadn't seen before. They have the Knight of Cups, which is about emotional movement. So I feel like they're kind of coming out of the days that they've had that you put them in with who you are and how you express yourself, and they're just like, okay, wait, woo, okay, and then they're ready to take action. And there is this death and this rebirth that's coming up. So I feel like with both of these being your final two cards, that it is about they're about to uh, stop the old way and begin a new way. They're about to take action on their emotions and their thoughts. And it's almost like they're brave enough now that they're going to, bend down and smell the flower or touch the butterfly. It's like, okay, let me engage with them at a deeper level. And that's what I feel is headed towards you. I really like that. It's so beautiful. Just have someone that is in that much of awe and respect of who you are, that they don't want to um, change you. They just want to uh, be able to engage with you more and understand you more and express their awe and their emotions to you. So that should be coming here pretty quick with that death and that rebirth. It's like they can't stand it not acting on those emotions anymore. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, Shinmei. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate it, and I do honor your energy exchange. So thank you again. All right, and that's what they have for you. So I think that is the donations. All right, I have all those taken care of. And again, for everyone new coming in, I do honor the donations. I make them a priority, so I step out of line from the free readings, take care of those, and then I return back in order. And for free readings, I do step down. Um, I start at the very top and I just make my way down through the list. So that's the list is the chat. So you just put your question, and then when I get there, that's when I get to there. And if you want yours prioritized, then a donation, I step out and do that. So that's how that works. All right. And again, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up. You guys blow me away. I'm glad we're all part of the same soul family. All right, so we left off on Rishi Lohori um, for the free reading. So let's take a look here. You'd like to know, why do narcissists play the victim despite all their wrongdoings? All right, let's take a look here and see what wisdom spirit would like to bring in around this. All right. It's a great question too. I like when you guys ask questions. I get to learn so much because they give us the answers, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So I really like it. And so what I feel is coming through here, why do narcissists play the victim despite all their wrongdoings? You got the 3, which is the Empress and New Birth, and you've got the coins, the, 3 of Pentacles, which is about being the authentic self and new birth and, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. This is what's inside of a narcissist and everyone else. Narcissists are just, people who are living this fear to the extreme. Um, it's the, um, perfectionist at an extreme level. They are in such panic, in such, fear of not being able to nurture themselves and, be their authentic selves. They fear so much that someone's gonna find out that they're imperfect, because a perfectionist and a narcissist, there's this belief, and it's instilled in them from very, very early on. Usually you'll find either a narcissist is a child of a narcissist who's a child of a narcissist, or they were punished in great extreme ways for not obeying the rules, because there's this, bar that's set so high for them, and there's no gray, it's black or white. You either are perfect or you're a failure and you get punishment. And so usually they're the result of an abusive type of, childhood or relationship or whatever it may be that put them into that. I have to be perfect, and if I, am not perfect, I'm a failure. So if I am accused of failing in some area, I cannot take responsibility for it. I must point and blame it somewhere else, or I get punished. So I need to point elsewhere. And um, if someone keeps pushing and trying to point out my faults, I will try to point as much stuff at them and uncover their dirty laundry, as I can, so the attention of failure goes to them, or I will totally reject them. Um, they'll try to manipulate either through rejection or bullying or suffering. Like if you come to me and go, Bretta Zen, you do this, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe you said that about me, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, and then they won't do it again, usually because I've made them feel bad about making me feel bad. Or the second stage of manipulation is someone does that. If they're like, the feeling sorry for myself doesn't work, then I will attack and bully. That's the pointing out. And, well, you think I'm bad? Well, let's talk about you. Rah, rah, rah. And even to the point of abuse, right? You know, and then if none of that works, then I'm just like, "Psh, you're out of my life. Silent treatment, rejection." And that's what the perfectionist narcissist pattern goes. But it's a cry for love. It's a cry. They're so scared of not being able to be the true of themselves, because when they were younger, they were severely punished for it, severely rejected. And then, they didn't get the nurturing, they didn't get, this feeling safe and feeling, that they can be themselves. Yeah, I mean, even look, it's a baby in her arms there. It's like even since birth, even maybe within the womb, they were getting this like, "I didn't want a child. I can't believe that," or, their parent, uh, like the father left because, the female got pregnant, the mother got pregnant, and, it's like this kind of stuff that they felt from even within the womb forward, and so it's like, wow, okay, what can you do with that? Well, you've got the 5 of swords. This is a conflict, thought and belief and mindset. You cannot battle with a narcissist because, like we're talking about, they're in such fear, they have to be right or they're a failure and they fear pain and punishment. So we can't do that. All we can do is step within ourselves. The chariot always brings us back to our power. We've got, it's victory, it's movement, but the big thing the chariot brings in is that we get to realize that whatever happens to us isn't happening to us, it's happening for us. Our power kicks in, that no matter what comes our way, whatever circumstance, what anyone else's actions, anyone else is doing, we get to choose what story we put to it and what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. That's the chariot. We hold the reins. We get to decide. Every moment is either a choice of unconditional love, of that beautiful love from above that's eternal without any conditions. We can never lose it. Also, every moment it's either a choice of that or the fears of losing conditional love. That is what the narcissist has had the extreme punishment from, and that's why they are extreme. And every moment we get to choose which one do we want to feel, what story do we want to do. Neither is right, neither is wrong. They're just different. From the higher realms, there's not a should. Well, people shouldn't be narcissists. It's like, well, people are, and they came down to experience it on purpose for a purpose. But when you do, you get to experience everything that comes along with it. I get to decide if I have a narcissist in my life, am I going to join that and focus in on the pain, emotional pain and suffering of fear and narcissism, or am I going to choose unconditional love in a moment? Because they can do whatever they want to do, but I get to decide. And it's like, well, what if what if their actions impact my life? Well, they might impact your physical life on the outside, like if they happen to be in a position of supporting you financially, or you're married to them, or they're your boss or something like that. Well, we're not trees. If we don't like what we're in, we can uproot and go somewhere else. A tree is like, well, I'm gonna have to, weather this storm. So that's what they have for you, Rishi. Great question. I know this was for so much more than just you and me as well. Um, so whoever that was for, just know that spirit knew. And that's why Rishi was nudged to ask this question for themselves, because it's like in class, when we all have a question, but we're embarrassed or we're afraid to ask, and someone else asks it for us. We're like, oh, thank God, I wanted to know that too. So thank you, Rishi, for raising your hand to spirit. All right. So we'll continue moving on down the list. All right. Let me just make sure here. All right, very good. So we'll continue moving down the free ones. Hey, beautiful Princess Pinky. Hello, hello. And Momo, we took care of yours. So perfect. And then, so your love life in 2023, Pinky. Let's take a look. See what is happening. All right. Well, I do like here for love in 2023, you have the Palace of Coins, which the Palace in this is specific to this deck, this Tarot of Dreams, because no other tarot have palaces. But this is developing a safe space within your life, your outside world, because the coins, the pentacles is the outside world. And so it's developing this beautiful place to express yourself in the physical world. And so I feel like your outer environment is being created for love, and for forward movement. I like this because it always reminds me of the Wizard of Oz and the Emerald City. It's like everything you have, everything you want, you find within you. That's like the message of the the Wizard of Oz, right? When they were looking for courage and a brain and a way home, it was always within them, right? And I like that because you do have, the devil card. Here's the Wicked Witch. So here, the Wizard of Oz is unfolding in your life next year. But this is showing you um, what how you have felt caged, and your expectations around love, how they have in the past kept you so restricted and small. But you'll notice here that the door is wide open, and that because we are told that of all these supposed to, should, need to, have to, musts around love, we believed it because we're children. When we're told a lot of the stuff, we don't know any better. We're like, oh, okay, this is the way it is. I'm to survive, I'm taking on what you're telling me is truth. It's small t truths rooted in the opinion of humans, rooted in the fears of losing a conditional love. But we have this beautiful aha in our life at some point when we're like, wait a minute, do I really have to believe all this? Is this really, I get to decide? And it's when we move out of the cage and into the palace. And this is what is happening next year, is you're moving out of here and you're moving into here. And you can see that with the Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups, the three cups are the regular things that we have been told are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, right? Around love. Cups are emotions and love, but you're seeing a higher love. You're seeing things. You're bored with the same old, and you're moving into really connecting to this higher love, which is what you find within you. We get disappointed enough in the outside, we move inward and upward, and we connect. And then we have this flood of emotion, this flood of higher, pure, unconditional, eternal love that fills our heart up, and we're like, oh. And then the outside world, it just floods out. We fill up with that love and it floods out. And then any love anyone else gives us feels like, a huge palace, because we feel so um, in tune. We feel so full and overflowing that we do feel like we're living this royal life. I like it. Because you have the Queen of Wands too, which the Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration, really super focusing your energy overall next year. Fire, movement. You're able to get things done and have movement as you go forward. The Queen of Wands, in addition to ruling over fire, all the queens get water, which is emotion. But it also means the Queen of Wands is very in tune with her intuition and her connection to the higher realms. So the more that you really move inward and upward, the more love and self love fills you up, the more you see the world in a completely different way. Because we don't see the world as it's actually happening out there. We see through our own eyes, our filters. And so if I have small self love and I have chaos in my heart, I'm going to see a chaotic, unloving world. But the more I expand to my self love and connect to the higher realms, the more I see a world full of love. And rather than seeing a lot of separation and people are trying to do things to me and not doing things for me, I realize the whole world is happening, unfolding for me and for others. And your whole life, I feel, will take a huge change in 2023, because of this inward, upward journey. You just start to see the world in a fulfilling, full new way, like that Emerald City. So that's your love life in 2023. It's love, self love, and then it just allows you to be so open in so many different ways to being loved from the outside as well. So I like for that for you, Pinky. So many, many blessings to you. All right. We'll continue going down the list here. All right. So, Divine Goddess, you are up next. and you would like to know what's coming towards you in 2023. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, okay. Evidently something. Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. Evidently that card wasn't there. It went running. So next year is a year of really breaking free from a lot of expectations. I mean, you have the 10 of swords here, which swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. I feel like we talk about this quite a bit, right? You're like, again, but it is. There's all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that are just bringing you to the point of exhaustion. And the 10 is a great card. They're not dead, they're exhausted, but they're ready to drop all these and move into a new realm. And you have the Palace of Swords. As I say with this deck, palaces are specific to this deck. And here's this huge Ace of Swords, which is this foundation of finding the safe space next year of where you can feel like you can stand within your own truths and not worry about trying to live up to all these fears of losing conditional love that you had in your life. It's just like they're being dropped, and this is the life that you will live. Really, in this capital T truth that are rooted in unconditional love, and it allows you to cut away and remove all these swords from your back, those that have disappointed you, those, expectations that relationships were supposed to fill me up, jobs, education, whatever kind of circumstances were supposed to fill me up. My body, my possessions, my bank accounts, all that stuff was supposed to make me feel a certain way, and they didn't. Stabbed in the back, right? I've been betrayed by my expectations, but this is wonderful. I love that it's changing, it's moving, it's allowing you to see things from a completely different place. You have the 10 of coins then, which is about um, just your next year feels whole and complete and full and overflowing in the outside world. I love it. And then also, just a side note, you have love that comes in. I know, save the best for last. It's like, oh, and I this all happens here because this is what's been keeping, it's been limiting love and limiting abundance, because when we have all these expectations, they're blinders for us. We're not able to see on either side all the love and the abundance in so many ways in our life. So I really like that. Next year's going to be this very free feeling, overflowing in life and love for you. And I like it. 2023 feels pretty amazing. So I like that for you, Divine Goddess. So many blessings to you. All right, beautiful Mira, you are the next free reading that's coming up. All right, very good. So let's take a look here. So spirit message, and we actually ask your guides oracle and see what message that they have for you. So you have the deceit card with your guardian angels. Like the picture in there. It's like, ooh, but I love the guardian angels here that are watching over you. And let's see what message comes in here from your guardian angels. That is card number 27. So your guardian angels are present, alerting you to the fact that all isn't as it appears. Something's off, and just be aware. It says you may be in danger, but that always reminds me of Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg and Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore, where you can't just come out and say that, girl, you're in danger. I mean, you can't just say that either. But it says pay close attention to what's going on around you, as well as what's going on within you. You'll soon notice that bad vibes are in the air. So you're picking up on some weird energy, right? They signal that someone is potentially able to exploit or manipulate you in some way. So be on the alert and trust your vibes if things don't feel right. It's hard to believe, you say, that can't be. But your guardian angels remind you that treachery and deceit are subtle and difficult to see. After all, no one wants to believe that someone might try to hurt them. Sometimes it's a deliberate attempt to injure, but more often it's an act of self protection at your expense. So they're going into fear, they're going into reaction. It's like when you maybe swim out to save someone who's drowning and they're panicking and they whoosh, they hit you upside your head because they're panicking, and then they see you and they grab onto you and pull you under the water, and you're like, why are you trying to kill me? But they're just panicking. It's not about you, it's all about they're in fear. So that is what I feel is they're wanting you to be aware of, is just that there's some energies that are happening around you, and just to be aware of them so that you don't get dragged under with it, because it's not your job to swim out to rescue them. You can throw them a life preserver from a safe distance. You don't have to jump into the water and go over. They can grab onto the life preserver if they want, but you don't have to go out and try to force them to hang on to the life preserver. Um, So it may show up in your coworker's failure to inform you that the project deadline has changed, or your mother withholding the fact that your father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, or even your own neglect to tell your mate that you've overspent this month and can't pay the bills. Deceit and manipulation need not be maliciously intended to occur or to be damaging. So often it's just the result of thoughtlessness or fear, like I was saying. Your guardian angel urges you to trust your vibes completely when it comes to um, the energy you're feeling from others. Also, equally scrutinize your own deceptions. Either case leads to dead ends and disappointing outcomes. So ask your guardian angels to protect you from the deceit of others and your own temptation to deceive. Have the courage and integrity to be honest. Your guardian angel's message to you: we will watch over you. So you are divinely protected and guided, but really be aware of your own thoughts that are deceiving you, right? Sometimes we will be able to really see the potential in people. And we're like, okay, this is who they can be, but it's not who they are being. And we can kind of glaze over the, well, yeah, I know those are red flags, but I can see their potential. It's like, well, you're you're not there at the potential, you're here interacting with the now person. And so just be aware of the now people that you're working with, and just be aware for your own uh well-being. Not that kind of feel like you're in danger, but it's like just so their impact isn't, it's like, well, I know they're trustworthy. I can see that. And they want $1,000 from me. Oh no, they'll pay me back. I can see their potential. Well, they're not to that point yet. And if you give them $1,000, it's gone. Maybe eventually they'll be that person, but not now. And so that's what I feel is like a big message for you, is just look at your own thoughts and your own beliefs that are deceiving you about others and about yourself, and because that'll bring some freedom for you. But your guardian angels are watching over you, so just take a deep breath and ask them, okay, where is this happening in my life? So I do like it for you, because it's not supposed to be scary and weird, and it's just awareness, because There's no right or wrong choice. It's just choices that will impact you differently. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mira. And then the next free reading will be Samya Rao, but I do have a donation from ES. Thank you so much. And so we will jump out of line and thank you. I do honor your energy exchange and thank you. So a general reading for the next 2 weeks. So I do want to pull a card here first from the Healing with the Angels Oracle. And let's see what they have there. All right. So for ES. And you've got study. It's studying time. Beautiful rainbow there. All right. Sorry, I was just taking a look here. All right. And sorry, I'm just someone looked like they were kind of spamming the chat, so I'm so sorry for that. Let me just there we go. You guys don't need to see all that stuff. Okay. So back to EES. Thank you so much. Um, so you're engaged in learning and study right now, and your angels guide you to take time to read, to listen, and to grow over the next 2 weeks. This card validates that this is an important time for you to learn new ideas or skills. Perhaps you feel guided to enroll in a class, and this card confirms that feeling. If you're currently attending school, the angels ask you to continue. And sometimes when we're in a learning phase of our life, we become anxious to test our new knowledge. Instead of learning, we want to apply what we've learned. However, timing is everything, and this card guides you not to rush into action. Instead, enjoy the process of learning. The growth that accompanies an educational experience is enjoyable if we remind ourselves to stay focused on the here and now moment. So I like that. There is definitely this period of time that you're going through right now that is about you're learning some significant things. And let's take a look here and see. What we have here. What are you learning and what would they like you to know around this? And anything else for the next 2 weeks. All right. Yeah. So you've got the temperance card here first, which is about patience and balance. So that is reiterating that card of like, yeah, you don't have to like, um, really embrace and um, uh, action, action, action on the things that you're learning. It's more of like, be patient, allow things to unfold. You have the Four of Coins, which is about a stable outside world, but there's also a great learning that happens with the Four of Coins is we realize that when we're looking outside of ourselves for our worth, our worth feels very unstable because the world is unstable because we're told to look in three different areas of our life for our worth, right? Relationships, situations, job, education, stuff like that, and things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. And when we look outside of our self for those, that's where the instability. People change or they pass away. So relationships are woo up and down, up and down, up and down, right? In and out of life. Situations never stay the same. The world is constantly changing. And things, our bodies, our bank accounts, physical things, they break down, they deteriorate, they're stolen, they catch on fire, they blow up. So all that stuff is feels unstable. And as we realize that, we eventually become disappointed enough in the instability or bored enough with the instability of the outside world that we turn inward and upward, and that's where we find something that is so solid, which is the eternal, which never ending, unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it, nothing we have to do to earn it, love of the upper realms, eternal unconditional love in our own heart. And then we get to fill up with that. And then we become like this chalice, this cup, and we just, that love comes down and it fills us up and then it overflows out to the world. And our life just feels so stable and so full because we are stable and full on the inside. And regardless of how unstable the outside world is, we're stable and we're good. Um, when I was a young lad, there was these little toys called Weebles, and they had round and they would wobble, and it was Weebles wobble, but we don't fall down, and that's what they're telling me in my head. Is like, the world wobbles out there, but we don't fall down because our stability is from within, not from the outside. Let's see what else we have here for you. Yeah. So you have again, the expectations of the outside world, exactly the things I was talking about. Our heartbreak, our disappointment comes from those three swords: relationship, situations, and things. But you're connecting here. The judgment card is a calling from your higher self. And it's this awareness that you're so much more than your human side. That's just a character you're playing here. You're usually, there's an angel blowing the horn, and it's telling you that you are, you know, um, the actor behind this character, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love. And here you are flying away with your higher self. You have the key of moving forward and moving up with that. So I really like that. You have abundance that comes in with that, which when you have that feeling of that wholeness and that completeness, your whole entire outside world does feel full because you no longer are struggling desperately to get more and more and more from the outside world because you're realizing it's not fulfilling me and you're finding what you're looking for inside. And the crown of um, wands, the king of wands. Wands are your drive, your ambition, your passion, inspiration, energy, but it's your spiritual energy too. And the crown is the king, which is the highest energy that you can connect to, the higher realms, which is you, your higher self. So I really like this for you because this is, along with that judgment card, is this calling to go inward and upward to find this wholeness and this completeness that you are seeking, because and I like the transformation of the butterflies in here too. All these strings that are attached to the outside world, these fears of losing conditional love, you're transforming those. And I like that for you. So that is what they have for you for the next 2 weeks, ES. So I really like that for you. All right. So that is what they have. And again, thank you so, so much for this wonderful gift. And thank you for the donation. So, all right. So we will go back in line here, and we are going up to Salmia Rao. You were the next free reading up. So you want to know, how is your career growth the next month? All right. Let's take a look and see what Spirit has for you. So what is your career growth next month? And will your learning skill and performance be good? Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about career? All right. Well, I do like this for you because you do have, let me just put these in order how they came out here. You do have the Five of Coins, the Five of Pentacles, which is the outside world. And the five is a number of change. And like, I feel like what you're going through here, I mean, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is things are changing in your favor. The Three of Wands is you get to go in a new direction that's for your benefit. And the Five of Coins is about this emotions that start off, or this, belief about your abundance. It starts off feeling abandoned. It starts feeling like left in the cold, left behind. And these go back deeper, just, even before work. This is earlier childhood. We have these beliefs that of, you know, these fears of not having enough in the moment, and that you're supposed to look outside of yourself for your sustenance, but they have let you down in the past, or there's this fear that you'll be let down by the outside world as far as having what you need in the moment. But you always have what you need. The five is changing, of instead of looking to mankind that brings you everything you need in each moment, it's the switch from inward upward, realizing its source, its creator, it's whatever you believe the higher power to be, that they are the ones that bring you what you need in each moment. They will always make sure you have what you need right here, right now. Maybe not all future needs in this moment, so that you feel, all right, I have enough for a month, I'm good. It's like, nope, they're going to make sure you always have what you need right now, and not necessarily what you want either. But there's this change that happens with all of this, because the outside world, they have their conditional love, which, so there's a condition, which means you can lose the love, which means you can lose their support. And you're like, oh my gosh, like job, we have a fear I'm not going to be able to perform well enough for them and they're going to fire me. And it's like, it's a possibility always, because there's a human in charge. And as long as there's a human in charge, they could have their own beliefs that are, has to do with what's inside of them and nothing to do with us. And so there's that fear will always be there, until we realize, oh, okay, I can trust you. You've got eternal unconditional love for me. You'll never withdraw my needs, because I can never be outside of your favor. Humans, yeah, but regardless of what happens out there, they are just the delivery company that's bringing us what we need, what we want, sometimes too, because Spirit, Creator, love us so much. They like giving us more than what we just need, but they always make sure at the minimum we have what we need. And that's what I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune. You really are seeing that whatever comes for you is for you. But I like the Wheel of Fortune because there's an underlying message that whatever comes our way is always for us, regardless if our human brain doesn't realize it is for us in the moment. But I love the Wheel of Fortune because that means that whatever unfolds, our human feels it's fortunate. And that's always good. Because sometimes, like if I get fired from a job, that might be the best thing for me, but my human may not feel that's fortunate. So that's why I feel like with all of this, like this change of belief that you have is releasing a lot of fears, allowing flow and this fortune to come in, to your life, regarding your work, next month. And it allows you to even change directions and alter where you're investing your energy at work, in positive ways. So all these cards, it's a great revelation that's coming for you, and it just is a very positive month for you, because of it. So I like that for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So, Cutie Pie Aditi, you are up next for the next free reading. And so, Shilpa, you actually will be up next. And thank you so much for your donation. And I don't. Let me see. Did you ask a question earlier here? Let me just scroll up here. If you did not ask one earlier, oh, yep, you did. Um, so, any possibility of starting a love relationship with Nikhil? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have to say. And thank you again so much for your donation. I do honor that energy exchange. Okay, just getting some clarity here. Okay. All right. Let me just make sure here. I think that was your only question. Okay. So your first card here is the revealer, which is the high priestess in a regular deck. And they usually will have two pillars that are these two colors, which are reminiscent of also this justice card. And these are showing me um, is that you're kind of in this space of they're having you take a step back and really look deep into your heart and your emotions and step beyond behind the veil, connect to the higher self. The justice card is about cutting away expectations and thoughts and beliefs and really connecting. This ace of swords allows you to connect to the moon, the higher realms, to see things from a higher perspective, from unconditional love, and it allows you to cut away the fears of losing conditional love. And I do like that for you because with all of this, I feel like there's not movement forward. There's not like this um, reignition or coming back together with the individual, because it's like whatever was happening, this relationship that you had, this interactions you had, was a mirror for you for the time. They brought you what you need to know about yourself, the reflections that you were seeing, so that it'll raise your vibration and allow you to move into a direction that's more in alignment with where um, where you want to be, where your higher self has designed for you to go to. So this was a divinely appointed interaction, but they're like it's doing its thing, because in addition to those two cards about turning inward, you also have the keeper of swords, which is the queen of swords. Again, more of the swords, looking into expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about relationships to help transform them. She balances heart and mind, and it has to do with the five of coins for you. With the combination here is all about an understanding of your worth and how you relate it to the outside world, because you also have these two cards, which the Ace of Pentacles is about looking and seeing your worth in a whole new different way in relation to the outside world. It's like this gate, whatever was these blocks that you had around what you feel you're worth, what you're worthy of. This interaction with Nikhil is actually allowing some things to be brought forward to you for you to release and to allow you to see how one to see uh, how you felt like the smallness of how you felt like what you were worthy of, and that you're able to look and go, you know what, I thought that was the best I could do in a way, but it's more like I feel like this is all I deserve. Thinking like, I could have that. No, this is all that I allowed. And it may not even be up here that you're like thinking that, but you're feeling it and it's below the subconscious. And that's where the high priestess comes in is, she dives deep down underneath the subconscious, the unconscious, the things that are being held in the jar from your earlier life that created those limiting beliefs about your worth and what you're worthy of. And it's really opening things up for you because um, like I said, the king allows you to really expand and understand your worth in bigger, huge new ways. And so there is a reflection time with that high priestess and the justice card to really look into that. And actually, they want me to pull another card here for you from um, this Healing with the Angels deck. So let me pull a card from here for you as well. So what else for Shilpa, please? Yeah, let me make this peachy. So you have the freedom card that comes in here, which is great, which is what we're talking about. All those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets keeping you constricted and small about what you feel you deserve. But here comes in freedom, which allows you to escape that cage. So it says the angels guide you to freely express your true thoughts and your feelings with love. You may feel trapped right now by life conditions, but this card is telling you that the angels ask you to realize that you are the only jail keeper that ever surfaces in your life. Whenever you realize that you have the power to be free, freedom follows. Everything that you do in your life is by choice, and you are free to choose again. Even prisoners are free to choose their thoughts so that they feel peace and happiness under any conditions. So true. There's a lot of people that are in prisons that are more free of thought and heart than those that aren't in an actual physical prison. So the next time you begin a sentence with the words, I have to, please stop. Ask God and the angels to show you some alternatives. They will either help you complete the tasks from a loving mindset so that you don't feel trapped, or they will guide you to do something else that you will love. I like that because all those swords were thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets and attitudes that were keeping you, feeling small and restricted and imprisoned. All those are the supposed to, the need to, the have to, the shoulds, all those things that we were told, opinions, and but they're allowing you to really question those and to free yourself from it. So possibilities of again starting a love relationship with Nikhil. I know we went way off on a different answer, but it's what they're wanting you to know because this is a was just one of the prison bars to rattle your cage to help you realize the cage that you have yourself in with all those thoughts and those beliefs, and now this is allowing you the freedom to step outside of it. So I like it for you. Wonderful things coming your way. So many, many blessings to you, Shilpa. All right. All right. So that is what they have for you. So, again, many, many blessings. And thank you again so much for your donation. All right, Vandana, I do see your message. It is appearing. I do go in order down so you don't have to list it more than once. I know sometimes it doesn't show um, when you're on your side sometimes, but I do see your message, so you don't have to put it anymore. I will get that eventually. Maybe it does take me a while to get down to the bottom of the chat. All right, so let's keep looking here. So Samya, all right. So Cutie Pie DT, you were the last where we left off on the free readings. So we'll take a look here. Guide for your career. All right. So what we'll do is, so you want to know music, editing, or graphic designer. I will pull 3 cards, one for each, and they're just going to tell you what energy comes with each of those for you, and then you can decide what energy you want to have in your life because there's no wrong answer. There's just different answers. So, oh, here they go. Boom, boom, boom. 3 cards. So the first one will be music. The second one will be the editing. And the third one will be the graphic designer. So, music, you have the Emperor, which is a very powerful card. It is like really taking your life in your hands and you deciding what you want to do. The Emperor, the 4 is a very stable number and it like feels very empowering. The Emperor rules over kings. And the Emperor, if someone walked into the Emperor's throne room and said, Emperor, you have to come and be this stable boy and you have to sling horse manure all day, the emperor's like, what? I don't think so. They know they are the ones that have the say so in what they do in their life. And so I feel like maybe music is what you really is, your heart's joy and heart's desire, and you'd love to do it, um but you're afraid of what other people would think, and that it wouldn't be beneficial enough and da 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 da, etc. But I feel like this is a really an empowering decision for you. If you choose music, you just feel so much in control of your life and you feel free from all of these opinions because you stand up and people respect the emperor when they're like, this is my life and I'm going to live it. You guys are advisors, but I make the decision. And I like that energy. With editing, you have the 7 of coins, the 7 of pentacles. Editing feels like there would be benefit, but in the long run, it would take a long time for you to see the fruits of your labor. And when you saw the fruits of your labor, I feel like you'd end up going a different direction anyway, because that's what happens. Takes time for the tree to grow in from a little seedling to a trunk to branches to blossoms to fruit. And then you see the fruit and you're like, I know it took a long time for this to happen, and I thought I wanted apples, but I really would rather have avocados because I want guacamole, and I really don't want that. And so you make a change anyway. So I feel like editing is they're saying it's a journey. You learn patience, but you also learn the power to choose differently at some point. So you could learn through editing, but I think in the long run that you'd end up leaving it and going to do something else anyway. And then you have graphic designer, which you have graphic designer, you have the keeper of vessels, which is the queen of cups. It is mother nature, mother nurture. It is birth, it is wholeness, it is, success and fruitfulness. So you would be successful in graphic designing and um with the Queen of Vessels, I was thinking of Queen of Pentacles for some reason. And the Queen of Cups is about really emotional, you know, because the Keeper of Vessels, the Queen of Cups, not only does she roll over water, but she's given a double water. So there's a lot of emotion, a lot of I almost feel like they're saying, you know, intuition and gut and instinct when it comes to graphic designing. You would be able to express your uh, creativity. And so I kind of feel like music and graphic designing is like your heart expressing itself. And possibly you might even be able to do both. Kind of feel like the editing, they're like, yeah, it wouldn't bring you what you feel that you're wanting. But I feel great things around power around choosing music and being able to really express your creativity in graphic design too, and possibly. You can do both together at the same time. But that's what they have for you, Cutie Pie ADT. So that is their message for you. So many, many blessings. All right, Holly, you will be the next free reading. All right. You are very welcome, Shilpa. All right. So, Holly, how will their friends and family view you? Let's take a look here. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh when I see cards. I just think it's funny because I start getting messages in my head. They start already bringing me the emotion and the energy, and then cards just verify things. That's why I giggle because the first card is the Chariot card, and what I heard when you go, how will their friends and family view me? Any way they choose to, because the Chariot is the power of choice. They get to decide in each moment how they feel and what story they want to put to anything, as well as you. And we are only mirrors. They are going to see exactly who they are when they look into us. A mirror cannot control what other people see when they look in a mirror, because that is what they see, is themselves. They're seeing through their filters, their eyes. But you get to choose as well what you want to feel in each moment and what story you want to put around it. Because you know we go through this transformation when we're in fear and we're defining ourselves by the outside world. We care so much about what people's opinions are. But when you realize in life that they never really see me, they just see themselves, it's like, well, so their opinion of me is not about me, it's about themselves. So why am I using their opinion to define me when it's not even about me? It's about them. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Let me think through that again, right? It's like, okay, so other people's opinions are not about me anyway. So why do I care what their opinions are? Their opinions, I only become interested in their opinions because it tells me how they feel about themselves. And then me knowing how they feel about themselves makes me aware of what their actions may or may not be while I'm around them, but also I can give them love. And that's the only thing I can do. I get to choose what anything means about me. I get to choose what story I put around anything. So if someone flips out and throws their drink in my face, I'm like, wow, they're upset with themselves. I wonder what's going on. They're in fear. They're fearing something instead of like, oh, they think I'm horrible. And oh my gosh, what is everyone else going to think? I'm like, that's the transformation that happens. And I like this. I mean, you got the keeper of vessels or the queen of cups. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, but connect to your heart. I really feel like your heart is the key. Be love, and that's all that you can do. And you can't control what anyone else thinks, says, or does. You have the star card, wish fulfillment. You can make your wishes come true. Here's your higher self. You can be love. You can fill up with love and let it pour out to the world. This is very Aquarian energy, which brings the life giving waters. They fill up with the love from above. You fill up, you become the chalice. So you fill up and overflow. That's all you can do. It's like the only thing that you can do. You can't change people's minds. Because when's the last time someone changed your mind? We're like, yeah, no. We're very resistant human stubborn beings, right? But we change by love. We change hearts, and the only way we change hearts is by unconditionally loving someone. And that's what I feel is like you can't change thoughts and beliefs. They If they have preconceived ideas, if they're you know people can have racist tendencies, not like foreigners, not like females or males, not like people with your name. not like people from where you come from, like a city. There's all this stuff. We don't even know what kind of stuff's going on in their mind. But all you can do is be love and overflow, and that activates the love within them. And then you get to make a choice in each moment about what you want to feel and what you want story you want to put around people. You know, what thoughts and beliefs do you have that are preconceived ideas around people? That's a mirror. You know, if you look and like, you know, if you come across someone who's racist against whoever you are in our world, some people just judge us by our outsides, and they're just like, I don't like them, and they're like, okay, that's them saying they don't like themselves. There's something within them. But if I'm like, I don't like them, I'm like, oh, what do I what fears do I have? What am I not liking about myself? Because I'm expressing it outward. There's this beautiful awareness that's coming through this question, Holly. I mean, this is like, wow, they really just have this wonderful empowerment that's coming your way with this, because you do. You're looking here at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. You've got the Page of Swords, which is the Ace of Swords. It allows you to connect to higher truths, which are what they're telling you right now. There's this higher truth about people's viewpoints. They view themselves, not you. Beautiful awareness. It allows you to move from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. You're crossing this bridge in how you perceive, how you look at the world, and how you think about the world. Beautiful, beautiful butterflies, right? Transformation happening, which does bring in the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities, new ways of looking at your worth in the outside world. Here's this gate that's been keeping you back, you know, people's opinions, your opinion of what other people's opinions are of your opinion of you, of them, of you, of them, of you, you know. It's like boom, you're going to go right through that gate, and you're looking at yourself in a whole new way. Excuse me. So I love that for you, Holly. Wow, beautiful, beautiful empowerment. And I'm so glad you asked that question. It's just such a great awareness about people's opinions of us. Why do they think about me? Whatever they want, because it's about them anyway. All right. Sorry, this throat was getting a little scratchy. So that is what they have for you, Holly. So many blessings to you. All right, Monica, you are the next free reading that's up. All right. And you want to know, will you get the state PSC government job? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know. All right. So for Monica. And thank you guys again so much for all the love and all the likes on the video too. It just helps spread the beautiful love to the world. And so thank you for being a part of that tsunami of love. All right, so let's take a look here. So you do have, let me see what these other cards are here too, but you have the Justice card, which does have you looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. Oh, yeah, justice, government. So yeah, I really I like that, because that's what it reminds me of, like judges and police and, you know, all those government types of jobs. I feel like with the Justice Department. So I like that, because you have the Ace of Vessels, the Ace of Cups, new joy, new emotion coming in, Wheel of Fortune, things turning in your favor, 10 of Wands, which with all of these, 10 of Wands can mean like burdened, but this, with all of this, is harvest. So, Monica, this for me is a yes, that you do get the state PSC job. So I like it. I mean, boom, 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 tens and tens, and the aces. You're having this ending of old ways and new beginnings that are coming in for you. So, congratulations. I like it. So that is what they have for you. So Yay. Easy. All right. So that's it. Many blessings to you, Monica. And Marie Jones, you are up next for the next free reading. And hello, how will the end of this year look like for you? All right, let's take a look. Let's see what Spirit would like you to know. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Nope, none of those. All right, okay, thank you. I knew there was one more card. I do like that you end up with like this empowerment with the Ace of Wands, and you're just feeling like you're taking things back, you're taking your power back. And I feel like it's happening because you're realizing a lot with the Seven of Swords, the the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have that have been stealing things from your life, stealing joy, stealing relationships, stealing opportunities. I love the butterfly. He's carrying the sword away, carrying these thoughts away that no longer serve you, transforming. And with this, you get this power. You have the temperance here too, which has to do with kind of alchemy. You've been going back and forth with realizations, and it takes time, which I know patience, but temperance is about it's forming, it's changing, it's going from cup to cup, and each time it changes hands, and these as these thoughts go from thoughts to emotions to thoughts to emotions, it's transforming. That butterfly especially is really standing out. You're having this transformation and release that's happening. And so you might feel like "Ugh, I feel like I'm going in circles," but you're not. You're going in a spiral, an upward spiral. And you start off here, and when you come back around, it kind of looks like the same territory, but you're up another floor, and then you go up again. Kind of looks familiar, but you're up another floor. And you keep on going, and you've been going up this spiral. And so you are making progress in these areas of your life, and you are releasing. You're getting your power back, you're retaining, and it's like just more and more of the power is returning back from you from where you've been investing this energy and trying to avoid things that you've been fearing in your life. And it takes a lot of energy to maintain those, and you're dropping walls, you're dropping beliefs and thoughts, and it has this empowerment that's returning back to you. And so take a huge high five from your spirit guides and your spiritual posse that's around you. They're giving you a big fist bump of you have been making progress and progress and progress, even though you don't feel like. I feel, in some areas that you haven't, but you have. Just looks the same, but you're many flights above where you were before. So take a moment, take a deep breath, look back over this last year and just see where you were a year ago and go, I'm not anywhere close to the person I was, because you've been going through transformation. That butterfly looking at the cocoon going, I'm not that caterpillar anymore, and I'm gonna fly places I haven't been before. So, I like that for you, Marie. Just take the high five, 'cause, they are definitely giving that to you. So, many blessings for you. All right. I'm just gonna switch out my coffee here to the hot coffee in my little cup because my throat is getting a little scratchy. Ah, much better. Okay. So, many blessings to you, Marie. And Preeti, you are up next for the next free reading. You are welcome, Marie. And so next week, if with love. So let's see, what does Spirit have for you? All right. So next week feels like a week that you really are allowing yourself to face and let go of a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets you have around commitments. And this all these little swords hanging from the ceiling. This is like the nightmare card, the insomnia card. Things that have been on your mind, things that have been really like just gnawing at you, right? But you're coming into this new knowledge and this new awareness of what your truth is, what you really want in your life. And it's great because I mean, this is definitely reinforcing that with the emperor, the defender. You are really stepping into what do I want in my life? What do I want to do? Where do I want to head? I'm the one that's going to determine it. No one else, Again, I talked about the emperor earlier, how there's this um you know advisors. We're surrounded by advisors with advice on everything, but we get to decide. And I really feel like this is a time that you're stepping into your power and letting everyone know, check yourself, before you before you break yourself. That's what I used to say. I know that's not what it is, but it's like, you guys, I appreciate your advice, but you're pushing it a little too hard. Back off. And I feel like you're just really, and people are honoring this courage, this strength. You're not demanding, but you're commanding your life. And people are feeling that energy and they're like, "Oh, look at you," and they like it. Some people don't like it in the beginning because you're not doing what they think you should do, but it's your life. You get to live it. So that's what I look at. What when all these people, if these people are out of my life or dead, I'm gonna live my life. And I'm like, why am I waiting until they're not in my life or they're passed away to live the life I want? They can deal with it. I'm gonna live my life now. So that's what they have for you. I like it, PT. So many blessings to you. All right. Excuse me. So, Liliana, hello. You are probably asleep right now, or you're way, way wide awake in the middle of the night. Who knows with you, you little firecracker. But let's take a look here. What are Valentine's feelings towards you? Will he ever, or will you guys ever be in a relationship? Let's take a look here. Anything else? All right. So you've got the champion of wands, which is the knight of wands. So their feelings for you, very passionate, uh, very, I'm not going to say emotions because it's not so much emotions of the heart. It's more emotions that come below that. So they they're very attracted to you. We'll put it that way. Um, but the feelings, like, are you guys ever going to be in a relationship? I don't see, you know, I don't see a relationship. You have the Three of Cups, which is, joy and celebration. But I also see the Eight of Cups, which is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you. So they're a lot of fun and you can have a lot of fun with them, but there's going to be something missing. It's about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you and walk more toward wish fulfillment. What would really fill your heart? And the emperors showing themselves, which is about you taking control of what you want in your life and not looking to that someone else is going to bring it to you, that you're the one that's in charge of bringing the joy, having the fulfillment in life come through. Because spirit is like bringing up, regardless to relationships, there's the Six of Coins. It's the codependency awareness card, which I talk about a lot with relationships because this card makes itself known a lot. when it comes to that, because the human, we are given so much codependency, maybe DNA, because we're taught when we're younger there's so much we have to do to get our parents' attention, get grandparents' attention, teachers, whatever people in authority, whoever we were trying to get attention from. As children, we have to do extreme things to get them. Look at me, mom, look at me, dad, look at me, as we're doing something because we're going to do something and we want that love. And then we have this exchange rate that we take on when we're young of I give 100 and I get one back. And so we take that into schooling, maybe, or work or relationships. We feel we have to over give, and before we're able to receive any little thing back. And that's what they're wanting you to be aware of is, while you're waiting for this stuff to unfold, while you're taking command of your life to move forward, really look at where this belief comes from, because it's kind of bubbling underneath the subconscious. And if you bring it into your conscious mind, a lot of stuff takes care of itself. But with the unawareness of it, we'll continue allowing that minimized computer program on our computer to continue to impact us until we bring it back into our presence and X out of it and close out of that program. So I feel like that's what they have for you right now, Liliana. So I know Mr. Hotness has the hots for you, but it's not going to bring you what you really want. So that's what they have for you, Liliana. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Grace, you'll be the next free reading coming up. Hey, Dr. S. Welcome. Vandana, I do go in order. With the free readings, I go from the very top and I make my way down. And you are way down the list. I haven't made it that far yet, so that's why I haven't gotten to your question. I'm only going to be on about 30 more minutes. So I usually let everyone know at the top of the hour, which is the time, so perfect timing to ask that question too, is donations do get priority. I'll make sure I get through all donations, all those readings. They do make it a priority. So if anyone makes a donation, I will bring your reading next. Otherwise, I just continue going down in order for the free readings. If I'm unable to get down to everyone, if you need an answer right away, well, one, I will be back in about 6 hours for my evening session, and I will be Saturday and Sunday mornings, as well as like every night as well. So you do have this. I'll be back. But if you need something right now and I'm able to get to you in this session, please go to my main page, and I have a bunch of playlists of recorded readings. I have pick a card readings. I've got weekly energy updates, monthly readings, just a boatload. And so just trust that spirit will guide you to the reading that has the message, or readings that have the messages for you. I wish I could make sure I get through everyone, but I've been on for 2 hours. 2.5 hours is my max that I stay on, because I need to balance. And like I said, I'm on twice a day on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So thank you guys for all your patience as I work through. Now is the time to make donations if you want me to move up your readings, to get to them in this session as well. So there we go. That's been your public service announcement, and we will continue on moving forward here. So, Grace, you are the next free reading, and you want to know the universe. Are they planning anything for you, a surprise? I'm sure they are. They gotta, but if they want it to be a surprise, they can't tell you about it. Huh. So if they'd like, maybe the answer is just yes. And then you're like, oh no, what is it going to be? Let's take a look here, see what they would like you to know. Okay. Yeah. So you have the Chariot. So there is movement coming for you, and it is a victory. It is a nice thing. So they're like, so yes, there is something. They have the Keeper of Swords, which would be the Queen of Swords. So this is a balance between heart and mind. So, and you have the nurturer too. So, uh, nurturer is like Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth of things coming in. So they are bringing something new. And I like the power of choice here too, though. They're like, whatever comes in, you get to decide what it means, and you get to decide what you feel around it too. So whenever there's a surprise, we can, like they're showing, like you walk into a room and people are like, surprise. We can be joyful about it and excited, or we could get scared and attack everyone or run, or we have all these choices of, do I like surprises or don't I like surprises? How do I want to feel when there's a surprise? I like that they're bringing this in, that you do have something great coming. That's Chariot is victorious and bright, so they won't let you know that, but you get to decide what something means anyway. But that's what they have. They're being secretive because they want it to be a surprise, and I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Grace. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Vanshika, you are the next free reading. And you want to know, what is Avi's feelings towards you after your text messages? You love him so much. Oh, does he feel for you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have. All right. So the temperance card is coming in here, which is all about balancing and patience. And so when we're asking about their feelings, it's kind of like they're weighing things out, right? There is Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration. So they do like that you have these feelings toward them, which I like. But they are also, um, what's keeping them from action and movement, which this is the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving knight. It's like, why aren't you taking action on any of it? Well, they've got this Five of Swords, and especially with this Temperance, it's like they're going back and forth. They have mixed thoughts and conflicting thoughts going on in their head. And what I'm feeling, what I'm picking up from their energy, I mean, they do like you. They have that joy, and but it's like going back and forth in their heart and their head. And and I feel like they they just don't know what they want in their life, because I feel like there's this indecision. That's why it's going back and forth, both in their heart, like the cups are emotions. It's like it's going back and forth, but their mind's also going back and forth. And they're like, I like them, but is this what I want right now in my life? And am I able to give them what they want? What if I want? What if I meet someone else? What if this? What if that? I don't know. What if they're just like, psh, 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 psh. So I just feel like they just don't know what they want in their life, and they're being really torn inside and in their head about what to do. And it's just not you. It's like, I feel like it's like job, it's life, it's this, where do I want to live? Blah, blah, blah. They just have so much that they're just indecisive about. A lot of fear is what I feel like, making a wrong choice in their life. So they must have some pretty powerful, opinionated people in their family, like parents, at least one parent, where they just fear so much doing the wrong thing because they were always called on the carpet any time they did something that they disagreed with. Psh, psh, psh. So I feel like they're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And they're kind of looping because they're afraid to make a decision. It's like they're showing me like a merry-go-round, like one of those little kids ones in a park where they run around and it goes. Well, it's like they're on it and they want to jump off because it's going so fast, but they don't have the courage. They're afraid to jump off at the wrong time or the wrong thing. And so they're just not making any decisions. They're just holding on for dear life as it goes around. And that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up from them right now. So I know you care about them so much, but they're off somewhere else. So, that's what's going on with them, and I don't know if they'll jump off anytime soon. But in the meantime, whenever we have a pause going on in our life, it's for us to look at our self-love. You love them so much, but how much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself that much? Let's look at that and see, while you're in waiting for people to jump off their merry-go-round and make decisions, you get to expand your love because it's happening on purpose. Whenever there's a delay in either work or education or relationship, whatever it may be, it's spirit doing it for us so that we can work on our love and raise our love vibration so that we bring in something that's in alignment with what we want ultimately in our life versus doing what we have always done and get what we always have gotten. So that's what they have for you right now, Banchika. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right, great quartz. You are the next free reading coming up here. And so you're not sure what you'll be like as a doctor. Is everything good if you take this path as a career? I am doing great. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well as well. Hmm. Yeah. So I like it. You got the crown of vessels, which is the king of cups, which is all about. I mean, he rules over emotion, but he balances heart and mind. And so, as a doctor, you will bring both in your intuition as well as your knowledge, and it'll be a beautiful gathering together. I mean, and you have the Two of Swords too, which is balancing of heart and mind in making decisions. And I feel like this is the kind of doctor that you would be. Is everything good if you take that path? I believe so. You have the World card, which is a very victorious card. It's like you're given the world, but it's also ending of old cycles and beginning of a new adventure. So I just feel very positive things about this. And you've got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind and connecting to your higher energy, your higher knowledge, cutting away your expectations and your fears about disappointment, losing conditional love, blah, blah, blah. They're really about this is a transformative type for your life. Um, I mean, it's very much that the world, and when I saw the world, it's like the world needs you. The world needs you to be you, not to, be dimming your light, um, not being small. It needs you to be you and to step up and be you because that's why you came here. You came here to do this, and you're not going to let anything stop you from doing it. It's like step forward. The sun does not ask permission to shine, it just does. And if people can't stand the heat, they have to get into the shade because you are going to be you. You don't ask for anything back in return. You are just you. You shine bright, and then there it is. So I like it for your great quartz. So very, very positive. I have no doubts at all that this is what you're supposed to do. So there you go. Many blessings to you. Hey, Brenda, you are the next free reading coming up. Let me just check down here. Actually, and then hey, Jaded Kate, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the donation. So, any messages from your twin flame? Let's take a look here and see what they have for you. I kind of feel like they want to give you this earth magic oracle. So, let me grab that real quick here. See what they have for you. What message from your twin flame? Ah, music, harmony. Beautiful card there. Oh, wow. I love that. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, I had a feeling you love music. It says, "Ah, music. What would life be without it?" It's not something that we humans invented. Rather, music has been around since time began. Subtle and dramatic textures of sound have existed as long as there have been beings that could hear them. For our ancient ancestors, paying a close attention to sounds, rhythms, and vibrations from the environment helped them survive. Of course, it has also been compelling for humanity to create music through our own voice and musical instruments. As we have evolved, so have the instruments we've created, some of which, when played, mimic the music of the natural world. Where there's more than one instrument played or two or more people singing, the resulting harmonies blend in one unified sound that is pleasing to the ear. If the notes are out of sync, there's a notable dissonance that can be disturbing. Here, of course, we see two women with stringed instruments creating a harmonious blend. They're so absorbed in their playing, they appear to be in a trance, as if they're simply allowing the music to flow through them. So, this is a time of considerable harmony for you, one where the various elements in your life are flowing together smoothly. Just as in musical harmony, it is the interface of these elements that merge into a cycle of symmetry and balance that evokes feelings of harmony. The challenge is to sustain this inner accord even when there is considerable dissonance outside of your own mind, heart, and body. Note the sensations, emotions, and thoughts you experience when everything seems to be moving along well. Take 3 deep breaths and let your breathing be the anchor that reminds you of this state of consciousness. Whenever you perceive chaos around you, know that it is a mirror for your inner turmoil. And when you recognize this, take 3 or more breaths to bring forth the memory of those moments when your life was like a symphony. Then, every time you exhale, you are releasing the energy of your internal state of harmony into the world, and it will have amazing effects. I like that. So, definitely, I felt like music would be something that brings you 2 together and that keeps you together. I love the reference because it feels so twin flamey of the harmony and the disharmony. That's what, um, twin flames do. They bring in this beautiful, passionate harmony, but they also won't, it's that mirror. They're like, this is a mirror for you. It's reflecting back to you. And so they will do that and they won't let you, they will always call us on our stuff, right? And that's what we do for each other. And that's what allows the harmony. But for a moment, there's some disharmony, but then it brings it back. I feel like music will always be what brings you guys back together. Like it'll be like the truce like announcement. Like I can see like there be a little tough like as you point out something to them or they point out something to you and you're like you don't like it in the moment, they don't like it in the moment, and then you hear them in the other room and they put on a song and then it's okay, that's them saying, all right, I get it, I'm processing it, I'm open now, it's like it's safe, you can come back near me now, kind of thing. So I like that because they are letting you know that regardless of what unfolds within your relationship, that they're also saying like the moments of silence between you is important, like music too, because if it's constantly the same tone and music going, it's the pausing, it's the in betweens that create the differences, right? And I like that. So I like it. See if there's anything else here for you. So one card came flying out. Yeah. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So definitely music and emotions. Such a huge thing between you guys. So I love that. So that's what they have for you, Jaded Kate. I am enjoying that. And thank you for sharing that about finding the golden wedding ring there too. I really like it. Wow. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Wow, I love that, Mitchie Michael. Yeah, spirit knows they have you come in at the exact time for the exact message too. I like it because I'm only going to be on for like 10 more minutes. So now is the time. And again, thank you so much, Kate, for your donation and for asking your question. I greatly honor that. All right. So, Mitchie Michael, did you ask your question already? Or do you have one? All right. So, what is the outcome for your situationship? I like that. Okay. Let's see what else they have here. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that here. You've got the Justice card, which definitely is something new for you, right? I mean, this Ace of Swords allows you to see things from a different perspective and cutting away, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you. I mean, it's really, um, I know I've had times in my life where I had a relationship that totally shook my world on what I thought a relationship should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be. And through them, I met a bunch of people that also had weird to me in the beginning. I'm like, how can you have a relationship like that? How can you guys like live in separate homes? How can you guys have separate rooms? How can you have a third person living with you? There's like all this stuff that was just like so like, wow, and it just blew my mind wide open, but then it cured me. It's almost like I was trying to keep relationships in a little box, and so much of it came in, it just crushed it all, and then it was wide open for me to really, instead of trying to live the life I thought I was supposed to be, that, it's like, "Oh, I get to choose. I get to choose." And then that one ended up dissolving, kind of like this one is going to. It whatever moves into your life happens on purpose for purpose. Whatever's moved out of your life also moves on purpose for a purpose. But I like this because it is telling you that you are getting to understand what it is. What is your wish fulfillment? What does that look like for you? You get to decide. And I feel like the table's been cleared off of what a relationship is supposed to be. And now you are going to be able to decide what you want to put back on that table. I get to decide what I want it to be. And I feel like that's what's going on here because you have the world card, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new. Wheel of Fortune ending, things turning into fortunate for you. So the wheel turns, brings you your next fated experience, but it feels fortunate. And so this is a wonderful, you know, thing that's happening. Um, and it's like they are the lightning bolt that burned down the tower of expectations, right? Oh, that's funny, right? Boom. So yeah, let me see here so I can see what you're typing. Yeah, exactly. So they're the lightning bolt that destroyed the tower, but it's like you're ready to move forward. You've got the 10 of vessels, the 10 of cups. So you've got this emotional fulfillment and overflowingness, the rainbows, the present. This is what you're determining. What does this look like for you? What does it mean for you? And it's letting go of your all the mindsets that you had before. It's just like, all right, it's like a time in your life where you always did what you did because you thought it was what was supposed to be, um, you're just scared. Yeah. It's just like, um, they're reminding me of a time, um, like, where I used to always go where my friends wanted to eat and went to the movies they wanted to go because I was afraid I would make a wrong decision. And so I just did what everyone else wanted to do. And then it came to a point in my life where I was like, oh my gosh, I want to um, be me, but I didn't know who I was. And so I went to restaurants by myself, which was huge for me to do. But I'd try food and I'm like, I really like this food. So I like this. This is where I want to go. I like this restaurant. This is where I want to go. I went and saw different types of movies and I'm like, man, I really didn't like that. I really like this kind. Had to like rediscover myself. Yeah, exactly. So this part of all this, that's unfolding. And you have the 2 of Wands, which is whatever you focus your energy on is what gets to grow in your life. So when you focus on if you focus on your fears, if you focus on what you don't want in your life, if you focus on what you feel is missing, that expands. But when you focus on, well, it's like we're talking about, you focus on what you don't want, you're focusing on what you do want, and you're allowing that to be put on the table and not things that you don't want anymore. So I do like that for you. So beautiful, beautiful message. I like this for you. So we'll definitely see what is unfolding there. Hey, CO Shanta, not yet. I'm actually a couple away from you on the free ones. It may not get to you this time. Because I'm at my 2.5 hours. And right now, I'm just completing those that have made donations before I finish this one off. So if you do want to make a donation, I'll make sure I get to it in this session because I do honor those energy exchanges. But I am done with all the free ones for this session. Oh, well, thank you so much, Mitchie. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. So enjoy it for what it is and learn about yourself. I love what you're going through. Absolutely. Absolutely great. Yeah, I'll be back on at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So good to see you. Good to see you. And thank you so much for your donation and your question. All right, Christy. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. And you are very welcome in advance. So a general message, absolutely. These dragon oracle are really calling out to you. So let's see what message they come here. You got Thor's red dragon, red and gold dragon. And that protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. I like that. Let's see here. Let's find Thor. I think he's in the back here. They're actually in different areas. So there you go. So it says during this incredible period of transition, everything on our planet is changing rapidly. So Thor's mighty red, black, and gold dragons work directly for Archangel Gabriel, the mighty archangel in overall command of fire, who sends these dragons to any area or situation that needs immediate clearance. Thor is the god of thunder, the elemental master of fire, and his red, black, and gold dragons carry powerful fire energy. So, for the optimum use of this blazing power, they connect with Mars and its ascended aspect so that they can act as peaceful spiritual warriors throughout the universe. And the guidance that this card is bringing you is that it indicates that you are ready to change a situation, a circumstance, or a relationship, or you're already doing so. This is challenging for you, and the universe is reminding you that you have earned the right to receive support and assistance. Your guidance is to ask an army of Thor's dragons to clear the energies around you and protect you as you make this transformation. Then relax, knowing you are safe, guided, and supported. Thor's dragons will ensure you make the changes in a way that is for the highest good of all concerned. These very hard-working warrior dragons consume dense energies very rapidly and thoroughly, and they come to you with dedication, love, and wisdom. So accept graciously what they have to offer you. This is also a card that is a call to service. You are asked to send Thor's dragons to places and situations that need their protection at this time. I like it. So, definitely a time of transition here for you, but you are protected, you are guided, and I love where they are, where they're sending this for you. Because they want you to also share that kind of protection energy with others as well, because which when you give, you it gets multiplied even more back to you as well. So I like that. Let's see what else they have for you right now. Yeah, see the champion of wands, which is the knight of wands, the knight of fire. So more fire energy coming in. So you evidently have this passion, this energy that's going on around you. So are you a fire sign, Christine? Let's take a look here. Yeah. You do have this time here with the uh, revealer here, which is the high priestess card of stepping back, going into your high temple, allowing yourself some rest, allow yourself to have this, energy that comes in to nurture, to I kind of feel like mother nature, mother nurture. It's a time for some rest, relaxation, and reflection, but allow yourself to have support, allow yourself to receive. Yeah, because you have the peace of mind too, which they're showing me, even though they have this card, I'm seeing this other deck. Um, I forget which one it is. It doesn't matter because it's a nest and someone is curled up in there and feeling protected, feeling that you are a fire sign. Aries. Okay. Yeah, so that explains a lot. But there is this nesting and nurturing type of feel around this peace of mind. It's like put your mind at rest, have rest, have rest. So I really like this. It's Even little fire signs, with all that fire, it needs time to regenerate and recharge their battery, right? And I feel like this is a time for that. Whoa. Yeah. Allow yourself to receive. You give and you give and you give, and now it's time to receive and allow yourself to receive. Um, so, I mean, it came through in the dragon card, and definitely all of these cards are with that. Yeah. And you have the keeper of coins, the queen of pentacles, mother nature, mother nurture. So, definitely over and over again, it's time you get to rest. You get let people wait on you for a change, right? Yeah. So I really feel like that's the big message that's coming through here is you have support around you, both invisible with your huge posse of beautiful beings of unconditional love and light. But there's also people around you that, you get, uh, you help so many people. You give and you give and you give and you give. But it's a gift to let people give to you, especially when they know you don't usually let people give to you. When you allow it, they're like, "Are you okay?" And they feel very honored to be able to do it. So let people do that. It's a gift to let them gift it to you. So I like that. Oh, good. Yeah, right. They're like, "Yeah, it's time." I like that. It's um, like a bed and breakfast. It's like you get to, you know, reserve that bed and breakfast. You can go, you can do that, right? Um, you get to schedule time away, you get to spoil yourself. If you won't let other people spoil you, it's time to use your resources to spoil yourself. Okay, and this card keeps coming out. So we have the five of coins, which is moving, your belief and your thought around it, your worth is relation to the outside world, and where you've got the where you get your sustenance from. Oh, I see, that's why they wanted to tell you this, because it helps you receive. If you realize that when you're receiving, even though it's coming from humans and it benefits them to be able to give to you, just know it's coming from source. It's the creator. They're the shipping company. It's like you're ordering from Amazon, and they're all these deliveries are coming in from UPS for this one, the postal service this one, Amazon delivering it directly on this one. It's all coming to you, and if it helps you to receive, just know it's coming from the creator, even though it's being delivered by humans. I like it. All right. Right. Yeah. Let's go. Vacation time. Woo woo. All right. So that's what they have for you, Christy. I like that for you. So West and Wewaxation. It's allowed. It's better that it's by choice than by forced, right? Forced rest and relaxation. I have friends, and that happens to me too. If I don't take the time, then I'm like, "Oh, I feel sick." And they're like, "Well, that's the only way we're gonna have you sit your butt down and not do something. So do it." But I like it. So many, many blessings to you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciated. All right. Well, I think that is all the donations. Make sure here we're all squared away there. Yes. So sorry, Brenda. I stopped at Brenda. See you, Shanta. You would have been next after Brenda. So close, but yeah, I've been on for almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm gonna go eat, recharge, do some more readings. I've got what am I working on right now? Oh yeah. I got winter, summer solstice readings that are coming out by each zodiac sign. That'll be coming out next week. So we're finishing those up. All right. And for all those I was not able to get to, yeah, this live does get posted. It'll be under, I have a playlist called December, I think live readings December. So they'll be under that playlist. But if all the lives are also always saved. So excellent. I love it. Thank you guys all for the thumbs up that you guys are able to give this video and any of the videos, and for all your comments and all your love and all your support, all the subscribers. And thank you guys for joining me. I'm overwhelmed by the love and support for each other and for me. It just warms my heart, and I can't thank you enough for being a part of helping expand and send love out into the world. It definitely needs it. And so thank you for being a part of that and joining me. So thanks for being a part of the Soul family. Please know as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, hang in there, take care of yourselves, have a great night, a great day, wherever you're at in the world, and we'll see you soon. You take care.